Hey ambitious professionals, it's Linda Rayner of lindarainer.com, guiding you to a career and life you'll truly enjoy. Now, if you hate your job, but you can't afford to leave your job unless you have another job offer in hand, then this is for you. In today's video, I'm going to teach you 5 key tips on how to find a new job, specifically through your resume, so that you can land a better job offer faster. So you are sick and tired of your job, whether it's your boss, the work that you're doing, the company, environment, culture, whatever it is, you really want to leave. But the problem is you can't leave unless you have another job offer in hand. Well, not to worry. I have a very simple plan for you that you're going to execute on, and it's only 2 steps. Step 1, you're going to create an attractive, compelling resume that's going to attract employers and increase their chances of hiring you and offering you a new position. And then step 2 is you're going to leave. Easier said than done, right? I know, I made it sound a lot easier than it probably actually is. But the truth is, if you really hate your job, it's not worth it for you to stay there. You've got to get out of there. But if you're going to leave, you have to leave in a positive, methodical, thought-out way. Otherwise, you're only going to regret leaving with no real job offer in hand, and that's only going to decrease your confidence once you're unemployed, and that is not the situation that we want. So in today's video, I'm going to go through step 1 of that plan, which is to help you create a top-notch, attractive, compelling resume that's going to entice employers and increase your chances of landing more interviews and thus job offers. And as a side note, these are actually derived from my course, Top Notch Resume, which if you want to learn more information about, you can click on the link in the description box at the end of the video. Tip number 1 to create a compelling resume: identify the exact next type of job or position that you want, not just the companies. You really have to ask yourself, what is the title, the industry, the specific duties that I would love to do in my next job? You want to think this through really carefully. You don't want to just apply for any job willy-nilly so that you can run away from your current one. You want to apply for a job that you're going to actually be excited about, that's something that is going to make you want to run towards that opportunity rather than to run away from where you're at. You can look on all the job search boards such as Indeed, LinkedIn. If you're in Australia, then Seek.com. Basically, Google the heck out of the internet and look up all the different types of opportunities that are available to you that you are truly interested in, and figure out what are the titles, what are the industries, what are the specific duties. And remember, the key to this step is to not look at the companies specifically. I get so many people who only focus on certain types of companies that they want to get into, but it makes it that much harder for you to find another position, because if that company doesn't have an opportunity that is in line with something that you're capable of doing and that you'd actually want to do, then there's no point in taking on that job and there's no point in applying. So don't so much focus on the companies, focus on the roles, the titles, the positions, and from there, if they happen to be with companies that you'd love to work for, then of course, apply for them. Focusing on the role, the title, and the responsibilities is ultimately what's going to give you satisfaction on a day-to-day basis. Tip number 2, find 3 to 5 solid job descriptions. A solid job description means that it has a proper summary, set of responsibilities, and requirements and education section. The job descriptions must be thorough, must be well written, so you don't want to be looking at job descriptions that are only a few phrases long. Those aren't going to help you to build your brand on your resume. Tip number 3 is to read and highlight. Identify the common keywords, tasks, and technical requirements that are common across all the job descriptions. And from there, you'll be able to incorporate these keywords into your first draft of your resume. Tip number 4, map them using compelling phrases. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take these keywords, you're going to map them onto your resume by relating them to your specific work experience or knowledge that you have related to those keywords, and then you're going to develop compelling phrases and storylines on your resume. Just because you hate your job doesn't mean that it doesn't serve a purpose for you. One is that obviously it pays the bills, but the other is that it gives you the opportunity to pull from tasks and responsibilities that you've been doing in that job and be able to explain that to your next employer. Now, if you're curious on how to make the phrase actually compelling, that's something that I teach in Top Notch Resume. But essentially, it's all about making sure that you include your unique details and the purpose for why you do that specific task. Tip number 5 is achievements, achievements, achievements. So what's an achievement? Anytime where you've saved money or improved profitability or you've improved a process in your organization and it can be quantifiably discussed, that's an appropriate achievement to include on your resume. Now, just because you hate your job doesn't mean that the things that you've done there are not valuable. Maybe you've achieved many things in your current position, yet they've been overlooked, and that's why you want to leave your current job, because you're not being recognized for your hard work. Well, still make use of those achievements, those efforts that you've put in, and incorporate them onto your resume and make sure that it is very clear to the future employer of what you've done and what you're capable of and the value that you're going to bring them. So there are the 5 tips, but honestly, that's only just scratching the surface when it comes to developing an impressive, attractive, compelling, complete resume that's going to attract employers and get them to want to hire you. So if you want more tips, feel free to download my free copy of my 10 Ultimate Resume Hacks, which is in the description box down below. But if you are ready to really dive deep and truly revamp your entire resume and you want my help and assistance guiding you throughout each of the steps, then feel free to check out Top Notch Resume. It's my online self-study course, which will walk you through step by step how to create a standout resume that's going to ultimately get you the job. It's in the description box down below. Feel free to click on the link and check it out. There have been many people who have had success using Top Notch Resume as an approach to revamping their resume. You can read all about it. And within a few hours through taking the course, you'll have a brand new Top Notch resume that you can use to apply for your next job. Now, if you're someone who is an ambitious professional, you've been looking for a job for several months now, but you've not been able to land a position and you want one-on-one guidance, feel free to reach out to me. Head on over to my website, lindarainer.com/standoutgethired. Feel free to read through my program and see if it's something that you'd want to pursue. If it is, then feel free to fill out the application form. If I think that we are a match, then I will reach out to you directly. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.